Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 245. Today is Saturday, August 13th. Happy almost birthday to my sister Eve. Her birthday is tomorrow, Sunday, the 14th. It's a little bit of a bummer this weekend because my sisters and I will not be doing a Sticks and Strings video this week, and I'm gonna actually record a short video on that channel just to clarify. But we've been dealing with some health issues with my dad. And it's both serious and not serious in a way, but we're kind of, sorry about moving my tablet. We're a little bit up in the air with him right now, and he's been in the hospital for the last few days. And like I said, it's both serious and not serious. Anyway, but so he's having some health issues that we're dealing with. So we're not going to be recording a video this weekend. I'm recording my regular update because I can just do it, at home very easily. But the Sticks and Strings video is a little more involved and everything. And my younger sister is staying at the hospital with my dad. So because she has she's able to make decisions for him and stuff like that. So she's advocating for him there and seeing to all his needs and all that. So I just went to see him this morning, and he's looking good and seems to be doing well, So, so we're waiting on a procedure that's supposed to happen, soon. So anyway, so like I said, we're not going to be doing an update for that this weekend. So, but tomorrow is my sister Eve's birthday, and we are having, in celebration of that in a way, a sale on our Etsy site from the 13th today through the 15th. So it's just a basically one day sale, but accompanying the sort of the bookends of the date. But a sale on our Etsy site, so I think almost everything is 20% off with no minimum purchase. So go ahead and check it out. We have project bags and needle minders and scissor fobs and a few little patterns, little PDF patterns. So yeah, check it out. And that sale's going on. Hopefully you'll have time to check it out. If you watch this video today, the 13th, or in the next couple of days. Like I said, the sale runs through the 15th. I'm not sure what time it ends on the 15th, but you have time to, if you go right away when this airs today, the 13th. It should give you a little leeway to check it out if you're so inclined. Anyway. So today I have some of the things I have that were new starts I already talked about last week, but I have a few more. No haul again. So remarkably, I have not bought anything. That probably will change with the things coming out for the needlework expo. I imagine, and some the what is it? What designer is it that has is cottage garden samplings? Is that right? That's doing the I think Year in the Woods. Whatever, I don't have the any of the patterns with me here, but the latest one should be out Now I don't think I have the bear is one I have like the first like 4 or something like that, 4 or 5. I have, but anyway, I'm anticipating. I know that the bear it has come out, I believe, and I don't think I have that. I have to go back and look and make sure. I know I have the eagle, but I know there's the bear, but I don't know that I have that one. I have jackrabbit, the swans, fox, raccoon, ferret, and eagle. So I think bear is one that I don't have yet. I don't know. Anyway, I'm anticipating getting something, getting that. But in the meantime, I have a finish, I have starts, and a 3-legged elephant that I'll tell you about later. So my finish is my August cross-stitch camp piece. Last week, when I did my update, it was not quite finished. But so this is by Lindsey of Primrose Cottage Stitches. Her Lindsey's stamp series is part of what this is part of. Hippity Hop is the name of the chart. And so, like I said that last week, the challenge was to do something new to you. And this is both a new designer to me and a new fabric. This embroidery fabric from Hobby Lobby. This is, they have an earth tone set and a naturals is what they call it, the natural set, which is whites and blacks and grays, like that. So this one is greens, a couple of greens. There's a darker green and this green, and a couple of sort of orange rust, autumn color, and another one, I forget. Anyway, so I chose this, but this is 40 count. This fabric is 40 count. So I used one thread, these are DMC threads, and this is the result. Hippity hop. There's some little flowers there, and this little frame, and it is all done. So I started this on August 1st, and I finished it last Saturday, I believe, the 6th? The 6th. So there's that. Hippity hop. It's finished. And then I was, I had started some things last week, during the first week of August. The rabbit, which I didn't do any more on since I showed it to you last week. I didn't do any more on that particular chart. Rabbit by Ink Circles, Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. So I had that start. I had the Hippity Hop, and I started that kit, the Bucilla kit. Oh, as a matter of fact, I want to take that out. I knew I was forgetting something. Excuse me for 1 second. So I did work on that a little more, and then I had some other new starts. So I have actually, since the beginning of August, I was going through it because I thought, gosh, I kind of have a lot of new starts. And so I was curious and went through what all I had been doing. And I've had, since the beginning of August, so today's the 13th, so in the last several days, I've had a total of 8 starts and the 1 finish. And so that's kind of incredible. My ambitious August is looking very ambitious. So since I have it handy, I talked about this Bucilla kitty, little beginner kit, And it came, with all the stuff, including this little plastic frame, which I will probably not use. But I did dye the Ada, so, yeah. And last week I had just done this little purple chest patch, and I just had started right in here. So I did some more stitching on there. So the lower part of the cat is almost finished. And then it just his bow tie and his head, and the cat will be finished. And then there's just a patch of grass, which is probably going to be a lot of stitching. It's just a lot of, the grass is basically full coverage. And then that little ladybug, and that's all there is to that. So it's coming along pretty quickly. So there's that new start. And then I also, I won't do this yet, had worked on Chessie and me Sheepish Manor, this little one here, which is also a kit from the attic. Came with the fabric and silk threads. I think last time I said that the black here, the sheep's face and legs and tail, I think last time I said eyelet stitches. I think they're actually Smyrna crosses. I think I misspoke. They're Smyrna crosses. And then Lazy Daisy is up here in the tree. And these, whatever they are, Smyrna crosses or whatever, I have the instructions here somewhere, but I've done these before, I think, but Lazy Daisies I've not done before. So I've watched a tutorial, and they're pretty simple, and so I'll get to those when I get to them. But so I started working on I did a center start, and I started on the bricks basically of the house, and that's all I've done. But I finished the house. I mean, the bricks of the house. I finished that part of it. I haven't done the windows of the door, the roof, or the chimneys, but I did the house. So, my little needle minder there. So that's coming along. And these were just starts that were part of my ambitious August, if you will. And the other thing, I started this, this is my redo of Come Thou Fount. This is one that I did back in 2018. So but I redid it with a different font for the words because I had used another font, and so I wanted to redo it. And so I redid some of the other elements of it, including the water. And I had a little bit of a what is the word I want? Dilemma, I guess, when I started stitching this, because if you look at the water down here, here and here and here, it kind of goes this way, right, from the outside in toward the center, and then I did a little thing in the middle here, and I might add sort of a fountain shape to that, like that, sort of a miniature version of that here. I haven't gotten to that part yet, so I might alter it a little bit more. But then I was looking at that, and I realized, up here, my idea is, here's this fountain in the middle, and then it spills over, and so the water goes like this, goes outward, and then down the sides. But then I also, when I was doing it, I was trying to make the pattern come out properly, and so I think that's why I did the two center things and the bottom border the way I did, with going from the outside in. And so I thought for a while I had started the outside, and it's like, well, should I make the top go from the outside in to match the bottom, or should I change the three borders on the bottom to make them go out also, or how do I do that? And I decided to leave it, mostly because I didn't want to undo what I had already done, but also I was thinking, okay, there's the fountain, and it spills out and goes, like I said, goes down this way, and the borders that go, in, it kind of makes its own sense, But so I don't know if I'm gonna add a little fountain in there or not. But anyway, so there's that pattern. So I did just a right hand corner start. So the fountain will go over here somewhere, right about there. I haven't got, this is about 13. I think I've got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count and look at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So 13 is the last one of these, and then the fountain. So I'm almost at the middle of the top. And I think last time I wasn't sure what this pinkish color is. It's rose quartz on this. And this is 28 count even weave or something along those lines from Hobby Lobby. And I dyed that. It's coffee tea dyed and then rose quartz. So the coffee tea dyed gave it a sort of a beige cast. But anyway, then I started the another kit that I had, the DMC Elephant, Blue Elephant kit. And take a look at this picture and see if you can tell what's wrong with it. It's lovely, it's a cute design, but I found a mistake in apparently the model and or the pattern, if you will. So I'll talk about that in a second. So I started here. So I started with the ear. I did a center start, and I have this ear, and then this is like under his trunk. I just did it because, like I said, I'm a color completist kind of, and I had this green color, for this little starburst on his ear, and so I went ahead and did all that. And then this red is the outside of the ear, part of the outside of the ear, and then this little line here is part of the, I don't know what you call it, blanket or whatever that the elephant has over his back, right? So I had done all this just by looking, going by the pattern, which is a black and white pattern. And so I pulled this out to just take a look at, what I had stitched, what I'd worked on, how it looked in the pattern, And then I thought, what is this? What is this blue line right here? Because like it has this part, which is that's his body, right? But then the more I looked at it, the more I like, what is that? And that's not on the pattern. That's not on the pattern at all. But then I looked and I thought, there's 1, 2, 3. There's not a 4th leg on this elephant. He only has 3 legs. So I thought, well, did whoever was stitching the model, did they try to put a 4th leg in here and they just never finished it? Or they, I don't know. So I've kind of scribbled a leg in there, and see, you can see the little, they just make out the little toenails of the elephant here and here and here. So I tried to just sort of basically imitate like this leg here, kind of. So I've penciled in, sort of trying to add because this issue came up a few years ago with one of the Prairie Schooler Santas. There's an infamous picture of, or famous, infamous, I don't know, of one of the Prairie Schooler Santas. I think it's the 2000, maybe 16, 17, something like that. Santas where there's a deer, and I can't remember if the deer is standing in front of or behind the Santa, but it only has 3 legs. And so some people, stitched a 4th leg in there, and some people stitched it with just the 3 legs. And so I have the same dilemma here. Do I put in a 4th leg or not? And like I said, on the model, this is just random. It's not on the chart, and it's obviously not a leg. It's not any other body part. Thank you very much. But I was like, what is that? So yeah, it's a mistake. But so I hope to try and remedy that and give this poor elephant a 4th leg. So anyway, that's another start I had. And then I had thought, well, Friday was World Cross Stitch Day. And also, in looking at my calendar, I wanted to make sure that I had, because my 2 WIPGO calls, 20 and 25, for the month of August, are both new starts. So I wanted to do Jeannine McGowan, the Blue Flower, her design that was in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher summer issue called A Parade of Elephants. I wanted to do that, and the other new start that I chose is Tinymodernist Elephant Biscornu. So I'm doing all kinds of elephants this month, excuse me. And so I wanted to do those, and so I had picked the Parade of Elephants to do first, so 10 days on that and 10 days on the Biscornu. And so I had looked at my calendar to say, well, okay, the minimum of 10 days, the Biscornu has to be started by here, and the Parade of Elephants has to be started by here. And it just so happened to be the 12th was the first start date that I found, and it happened to be World Cross Stitch Day. So I thought, well, okay, that's great, because World Cross Stitch Day, do a new start for that day, and that coincides with my new start for my WIPGO, blah, blah, blah. So the 12th would be great. So I thought, well, you know what? I want to put the fabric and all that, put it in the hoop and find the corner, because I wanted to do a corner start on that. And, get that all set up, make sure I got all the threads together. I had already pulled all the threads for it. And there's a DMC variegated thread, I think they call them variations or something like that. But so the border on the Parade of Elephants is this variegated thread. So I wanted to make sure I had everything, blah, blah, blah. And so I got the fabric in a hoop, and I was looking at it going, well, okay, because this is variegated thread, I want to do, instead of, I usually use the loop start with DMC threads. I use the loop start and do, out and back stitching. But because this is a variegated thread, I have two separate strands rather than the loop, so I can, keep them consistent. And then I wanted to do one X at a time, You can do out and back. It doesn't make too much of a difference. It's just a different look. But anyway, so I was gonna do one X at a time. So I was thinking through this all, and I thought, well, I would put the fabric this way, the thread that way, blah blah blah. And before I knew it, I had started it. So I started on the 11th. Okay. So I decided then, okay, So I'm going to start the Biscornu on the 12th, the elephant Biscornu. So I have a new start on World Cross Stitch Day. So that's what I did. So on the, let me take this out of the hoop so you can see better what I did. So this is the Parade of Elephants by Jeannine McGowan of the Blue Flower. And again, it was from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This is a copy I made of that, of her thing in the magazine. So this border is the DMC Variations variegated thread. And the way she did it is a little different than the way I'm doing it, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Looks like she, went out here, and I don't know if she came back this way, or if she went on, and went around and then did the inner thing. I'm not sure. But also, this fabric on the description thing, it says something about I think this is, I want to say it's lichen, the fabric, but I'm not sure. But anyway, it's really hard to see the elephants. They don't show up very well on here, gray on gray basically. So anyway, so yeah, I don't have the instructions handy to say what the fabric is, but anyway, so I had said I had this red fabric that I dyed some time ago, and I didn't know what to do with, and it's a very unusual choice. But this was my start, and you can see the banding on the variations looks the same, right? There's the light color, the dark color, the light color, dark color, and so forth. So, and what it is that I'm doing basically both lines at the same time. So the color variations are basically matching. But like I said, I kind of was, trying to figure out how I was going to do the square, to start the threads. And then before I knew it, I had just started it. So this is about 10 or 20, 15 maybe stitches from the other corner. And I'm going to do this. And I have to before I put it back in the hoop, I have to count this again to make sure I know where I am. Because I thought, I got to last time I took it out, I got to 75, and I thought, okay, I can, because I think the number of stitches across here, not counting the little corner figure, this straight, double line is, I think, at 90, 94, 93, something like that, stitches across. And I had gotten to 75, and I thought, okay, 75, blah, 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 do the math. And then I, quickly lost track of how many I had done. So I have to, keep counting or put a pin in it or something so that I know how many I've done. Anyway, so that's just my started at the border, and I was a little concerned that it wasn't going to show up, but it's actually showing up pretty well. And I think the elephants are going to stand out a little better, as well as their little flags that they're carrying, because they're like golds, and the grays of the elephants I think will show up well on here, but the the little flags that they're carrying, I think the flagpoles will show up well will show up very well as well. Anyway, yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That's really cute. So I started my 10 days on that. I've done 1 day on this pattern. And then my other WIPGO call for this month is, that was number 20. This is 25. I'm doing the Tinymodernist Elephant Biscornu. I don't know if she's still doing it, but for a while there was a monthly club of these Biscornu, a monthly Biscornu club, basically. And so she had one, you know, for every month for whatever year this was from. I don't have what year it was. But so there's like a panda and this elephant and a couple of other, you know, some other things. But you can also like purchase them. You can either join the club or you could purchase them individually. So I purchased a few individually. So this is elephants. So I started this on yesterday on World Cross Stitch Day, and this it's upside down. So get this thread out of the way here. This is my corner start thread. It's sticking to it here. And this is 25 count Lugana in steel blue. And for those of you who saw the movie Zoolander, it's a steel blue. Sorry. So it's a little upside down because I'm starting basically, you know, the corner start, so it's upside down the way the pattern is. But you can see an elephant taking shape there. And so then he has, like, you know, the elephants all have like little flower crowns, whatever. And then there's these little patterns around it, you know. And then on the back side is all white, all blank, except for just these little corner motifs. But yeah, so I got a good start on my elephant Biscornu. So that's 1 day of working on that. And that is by Tinymodernist. So I think that's everything. Let me think here real quick. I always have to do that. Like I said, I already mentioned the sale we're having on the Etsy shop. And I think that's it. So anyway, those of you who are so inclined, you know, keep my father in your prayers. And, you know, like I said, it's both serious and not serious at the same time. So, but just, you know, things that we all have to, you know, take care of, deal with for the time being. So anyway, so I'm hoping, I'm probably going to spend a lot more time doing the two WIPGO things, but I hope to spend some time also on the other projects, like that poor little three-legged elephant. and hopefully maybe I'll have some more finishes, at least over the course of the month, because like that little, you know, kitty kit is pretty small, and the Chessie and me kit is not that big. It's kind of a lot of stitching because that hill is pretty big, but hopefully I'll just, you know, I'll get a little bit in on those as well. But so far that is all I've been working on this week. and I hope to have more next week. So okay, that's it's gonna be all there is to it this week. So until I see you next time, keep smiling, keep stitching, have a good time, and I'll see you next week. Bye.